Here's the exciting thing. First of all, they don't usually do that long. You were amazing. They love you.
Well, thank you. It's a beautiful audience,
I'm just
first
saying.
of all.
They like chance.
Y'all look good. This is also a beautiful set, yo.
Thank
This
you.
is probably one of the nicest sets I've ever been on,
Thank you. But here's the thing. So we're actually talking to a couple cops, and I know that you do a lot to like help out your community, and
Thanks.
I think that that's an amazing thing. You want everything to be peaceful, you want it to be great, you want everybody to be respected, and is that a big thing for you? Like,
Yeah.
especially coming from Chicago?
Yeah, totally. So I work with this, I founded this nonprofit in Chicago called Social Works, and our main focus is youth, so youth education and like civics, like making sure that their schools are funded. So we actually donated $1 million a couple of years ago to CPS. And, but it started to like kind of funnel out into a bunch of other things. So now we deal with homeless population, homeless and transient population, and then also mental health has been a big thing. So I donated $1 million to mental health last year.
Mental health is a big deal everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can all be affected by it personally, but also just like in the way that our families operate, and like when we find out how close that it can hit to home, it just lets you know your proximity to it is much closer than you think. So yeah, that's why I got involved in. It's always been important to me.
I think that's amazing, man. You're doing such a good thing with your spotlight. It's cool.
Thank you.
And you also, you just, not you, but your girl had another baby, right?
Yes,
the second
my wife
child,
had,
right?
Yeah.
That's that's 3 females in your house.
Yeah.
That's a lot of estrogen,
Yeah.
Chance.
A lot of girl energy.
There's
for
a
sure.
lot of female empowerment going on at your house.
Yeah, they're definitely empowered right now.
Like, do you feel like the odd man out? Like,
Sometimes. I think it's good to have that, because as a dude, I hang out with mostly dudes, and we get very like stinky and like loud and stuff all the time. It's good to come home and just have like a whole bunch of like princesses that are just like not stinky or loud.
that
in
is
my
pretty
house.
true. Why is that though, Chance? Because I have been on a bus with boys as well, and that's why I generally stay on my own bus now.
Yeah,
but like,
good idea.
what is it with men on tour, and like is a shower offensive?
We
or?
just can't like help ourselves. I don't know what it is, if what it is, but yeah, we
It's
just
a true thing.
stank.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, and I actually love this because you pushed like going back on tour because of paternity leave,
Yeah.
right?
So
Which I love, because
thanks.
men never get that. I thought that was awesome.
Thanks, yeah.
And just so you know, from a woman that's had children, your wife loves you for it.
Yeah.
Because being left at home with all of that is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, when I went on tour right after my oldest was born, I think like 3 years ago, I went on tour 2 weeks after she was born. And so that was like the time that our mom really needed my help. And now we got 2 kids, which if anybody doesn't know, is way harder than having 1 kid. There's a lot of demand for attention and just, but yeah, it's overall it's an overwhelming experience for both of us. And I can't imagine what it would be like for her to have to do that by herself. So yeah, I'm taking
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
My mom was a single mom, and I always look at that, and I'm like, what? I would have.
I can't imagine.
I don't even know what I'd have done.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, too. I love your love story. I just recently heard about your love story and how you met your wife, and then how later in life it happened. Can you do a quick synopsis for us? Because it's sweet.
Quick story. People love to hear this story. So my mother used to work at a real estate agency for my wife's mother. And they basically would throw these office parties that they would all bring their kids to. And one time I went to one, and they were doing a Destiny's Child dance. And I saw her, and I was like, I like what I see.
I could get into that.
Yeah. And so, but then I didn't see her for about, let's just say a long time, about 10 years. And met each other at a festival.
Reunited.
And it feels
so good, Chance. Yeah.
So good, right? But yeah, we saw each other and hit it off. And then we started dating, and then we had Kinsley, and then we got married, and now we have Marley. And
That's so cool. What a beautiful love story. I love that.
That's us.
I love it.
We look
I
good.
love it. Y'all look real good.
Thank you.
I will not stop talking until you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's right, and I can talk a lot. Seriously, not gonna stop. Yep, still here, not going anywhere. I see you. Don't walk away from this.